Hi, it's Susan again, and as we're continuing through the pandemic, I keep looking for fun things that we can do, simple crafts and simple science activities. I'm using a lot of different books I'm looking at for crafts. I have fun with fabric, fun with paper, science and craft projects with wildlife. I haven't looked at that one yet. A lot of times I'm looking at the Craft a Day book and a book called Big Book of Crafts and Activities. The things that end up looking the nicest sometimes take materials or extra tools that we may not have easily at home. But when I was looking through this book a few times, I thought of, well, this one could be kind of fun, button jewelry. So I don't know if you have anyone in your family who sews, but if you do, they may save buttons from old clothes. If you have clothes that are so worn out you can't give them away, you might still save the buttons from them. So my grandma used to sew. She had a whole shoebox, and I saved some of her buttons so I could go through and see what kinds of fun things I could make with them. And then I also need some kind of either a string. I decided you could make barrettes, put your buttons on barrettes, and you can stack your buttons, of course. So like I found some cool white ones, and then I found these other ones, the tan ones. You have to make sure they will fit on top, and the holes will somehow go through to each other. So I picked some out, I lined them up ahead of time. I decided what I want to do is make a bracelet. So I just picked out a few. Now they're going to have to be close together because even with my wrist, this will go around quite a bit. And I needed to look for some kind of string. So I have some plastic lacing. This is gold sparkly stuff. I also could just use string. I could use, I think it's called fishing line. Another thing that you might have, somebody at home might have, is craft wire. I think I've seen things like this at the dollar store, so you could get something. This would be for older kids or if you have a grown-up helping you. The wire is really great for bending through a couple of little buttons like this and then holding them in place. And I actually made a bracelet doing that. I stuck the metal through, over and under, and it holds that button in place. I did that. That's how I was able to stack these ones. But wire is a little bit, like I said, for older kids or maybe grown-ups. So I really liked finding this plastic lace, and it's a little safer. This one is 2 millimeters wide, which is a little bit big for some buttonholes. So I might even have to rethink that this may not fit both of these buttons together. Now you can get this plastic lacing only 1 millimeter wide, and I think that's what's going to fit most of these buttons. But let's see what I can do with the 2 millimeter one. I'm going to have to look a little harder through all my buttons and lay out the ones I want to use. So I actually took my scissors and tapered the end just so I could get the beginning of the lace through, and that has worked so far. Because it is flexible and smushy a little bit, I can probably make that work. Still need to have some patience and some good fine motor skills. So there, I have two on top of each other. And notice I left enough string so enough lace so that I can put other ones on this side and maybe on this side. Cut this and keep building my bracelet. The nice thing about this stretchy plastic string is I can readjust. I had these buttons too far away from this other one. I could do even more. One more tan and one more white. See if this one will fit. Couldn't find an exactly khaki with the cream color, so I'm going to use cream color. Just found the khaki. So again, you want to measure the width of your string. If you have 2 millimeter, you have to be more careful which buttons you can put on. Tape for this end too. Okay, I think I have a winner. I will need a friend to tie this around my wrist. But there I have it. There I have it. I need a friend to tie it right there for me. So that's one thing you can do with buttons. You might have the more colorful kinds of buttons, like in this pictures in this book. I think sometimes kids' clothing do have more colorful buttons. So see what you can do. Or maybe if you have old barrettes, you can put a few buttons on top of each other, and that's where this wire could be used, the craft wire. It can be more safe if you just use a little bit to put the buttons together and then glue the buttons onto a barrette. Okay, so that's that for today. We'll have some more crafts that are kind of December, maybe make an ornament, maybe make some gift wrap. So stay tuned next Thursday.